Hey family, what's good? This is your girl, I'm the Bronze Goddess, and I'm actually here today to do another strawberry letter. If you enjoy my love and relationship advice videos, be sure to check out my playlist. I have over 200 videos over these past 5 years that I've been doing this, so be sure to check that out and you will find so many other videos. And also, if you guys want to see how my Dating with a Purpose luncheon went, I will be sure to link the recap video below. We had an amazing time, the venue, the food, the entire experience, the giveaways. I'm telling you, if I ever do this again in another city, be sure that you go ahead and come on out because you're going to have a great time if you do. Alright, so without any further ado, let's go get them. Now, I will do my best to read as much of this letter as possible. It is a little bit more difficult to read than other letters that I have received, so I'm going to have to try to autocorrect a little bit, so please forgive me. It's a bit choppy, alright? I've had an on and off relationship with this one guy I met the first year of college. First we were friends and we were friends with benefits. Then we tried being in a relationship and it only lasted 6 months. And then we were friends again and then friends with benefits again. I know, it's an awful cycle. In the last year of college I lived with him only to find out that he brought home different girls when I did not spend the night. After that I went back to give him another chance. So while I was working and still living with him, I found out that he was still bringing women home. There was always evidence, but he still denied it. We stopped talking for a bit again. He always apologized and tries to tell me that he's changed, and I know this is to get back into my good, which I always fall for. Girl, you know what? Then while we were, while they were being intimate back and forth, the writer of the letter, I'm going to summarize it because this letter is a mess. The writer of the letter starts talking to this guy's sister, and the sister tells him that he's actually living with another woman, a 45-year-old woman who's actually taking care of him. So while he wasn't with the writer of the letter, he was over there playing house with the 45-year-old. So she got really mad. She blocked him on Instagram and Twitter and all the social media, the WhatsApp app. She blocked him off of that. And he came, with flowers at her job and begging for forgiveness. And of course, as always, she forgave him again. And it just seems like no matter how many times they go through this little cycle, he messes up. She catches him cheating. She lets him back in. This has been going on for, get this girl, for 6 years. She's been going back and forth with this guy. I originally was not going to do your letter. I felt like I was being punked. But when you start to get to the part in your letter where you were saying that it's a deeper issue, it definitely has to do with something has to do with your self-esteem. When you talk about the fact that your father left your mother and your mother isn't very comforting, and it just seems like you're trying to figure everything out on your own. You said that you went so far as to have sex with your coworker. You've had sex with your best friend who is married. You knew he was married at the time, but it only happened once. Like, you go on and you're very, very casual, and you even laughed. You even put ha 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 when you slept with this married man. Like, I don't understand. I originally was going to get you, but I feel like you need more comforting than you need a stern talking to. So I'm going to try my best to walk that fine line, okay? I feel like you are looking for something that you should find within yourself, but you're looking for that in a man. And I feel like because your self-esteem is so low and so obvious, anybody takes advantage of you. A friend, a coworker, this guy, it's almost like you're wearing it like it's on your forehead or something. I have low self-esteem, so guys pick up on that and say, oh, it's going to be easy to get her to do what they want. So you mean to tell me after all the cheating back and forth with this other guy, he's living with another woman, all of this, and all he had to do was buy you some $9.99 flowers from Publix, and you were able to forgive him? He's not sorry. He's not repentant. 6 years, and all you've ever gotten out of him was 6 months of dating him. And in that 6 months, he was cheating then. What bothers me, and the reason why I wanted to do your letter, is that there are so many women out there wasting chunks of your time that you will never get back on stuff like this. If a man doesn't know after 6 years that you're the one, he may never know. You're not going to outlast the other girl. This is not Survivor, okay? You're not going to outplay, outlast, outwit your opponent. So you're not going to be like, I'm going to stay there, I'm going to ride or die. No, because he's the one who's living, doing whatever it is that he wants to do. Aren't you tired of being used up? You said in the letter, I've had my share of men. Aren't you tired of men just dogging you out? You don't realize that you're worth having somebody to actually be faithful to you, and you and only you. This is a self-esteem issue that you have to address. It's why I called my book, Dating Game, How to Find Yourself While Looking for Mr. Right, because it's not so much about you looking for him, it's about you trying to find yourself. The dating process is a journey of self-discovery. Because when you find yourself and when you know who you are, you attract somebody who also knows what you are and who you are. But when you're lost, are you going to find other men who are lost as well? He's not going to give you what you want because he never really had. I think after all this time he's going to say, you know what, I've done everything I've always wanted to do. And thank you for being there for me. And because you stayed while other women wouldn't, I'm going to marry you. It's not going to happen. A grown man that wants to be with a grown woman would be. I hate this, so I talked about it before. You're not a Capulet, and he's not a Montague. There's no reason why two grown people can't be together if you want to be. He's not married, neither are you. He couldn't leave this 45-year-old woman. Like, come on. They always all these lame excuses for why you guys can't be together. Why can't he leave this woman? Why can't he tell her, you know what, I really care for you. You've done a lot for me. I hate to break your heart, but I'm in love with somebody else. We can't be man enough to tell somebody that. He's not with you because he doesn't have to be. You make no demands on him. No demand on his time. No demands as far as commitment is concerned. He is giving you little because that's all you ask for. He will dog you out as long as you lining up to be dogged. You don't care about yourself, so why would he care about you? He doesn't love you. And the fact that you even call him a friend doesn't dog out another friend. He was never your friend. All he ever was to you was friends with benefits. He knows your self-esteem is so low that when he messes up, all he has to do is give you some sob speech. He knows how to get through to you. You said that you drove with him in the car because you wanted to find out if there was more to your relationship than just sex. And you see, you sat there for like 45 minutes, you didn't say a word. The only time he even talks to you is when you're intimate. Ladies, be careful. If you have no conversation with a man except about being intimate, all he ever talks to you about is your body and sex, then that's all he wants. If it seems like he has a one-track mind, it's because he does have a one-track mind. Don't you dare make excuses for him. Don't you dare brush that off or ignore that. If all he can say is, man, you looking good in that dress. Girl, good God almighty, man. Girl, ooh, girl, you got lips, hips, and fingertips. Man, shawty bad. That's all he can ever say is like talking about your body and like you're trying to talk to him about your life and what you're into and your dreams, your goals, your aspirations, your childhood, your background. He doesn't want to hear any of that. All he want to know is what's up with tonight. You have no conversation with him. I wanted to do your letter because it is a cautionary tale for a lot of young women out there. I want you to see all these red flags that she ignored. He ignores the idea of commitment. He cheats on you willingly, blatantly. He gives you excuses for why you can't be together. The only conversation you have is about sex. The only door he opens for you is the bedroom door. You don't see that this man is using you. And I can't even be that mad with him because you're lining up to be used. All you ever let men do is use you. Why? You said you slept with your coworker and you laughed that off. You slept with your married best friend and you laughed that off. You think the only thing you're good for is sex? You don't realize that what you have in between your ears is more important than what you have between your legs? You don't realize that? If a man has you, let him have all of you. You don't just get to pick the part that you want. This ain't no doggone buffet. You don't just get to take my intimacy. You got to take my feelings and my thoughts and my dreams. You got to take all of me. Don't let somebody treat you like a buffet, picking the part of you that they want. No, you get all of it or you get none of it, bruh. And this is not a business deal. This is not no transaction. We're not, I get this and you get that. No, you get all of it. 100%. He has never given you his all, but you've given him your all. You've been trying to be there for him. He's not going to decide. Don't you dare be the girl in the club at the end of the night when the lights come on. That's how you're acting. You know those girls, after he done flirted with other girls all night, you watched him all night, watch him approaching his first choice, his second choice, his third choice, and when all that didn't work out, and he's getting ready to go home, and he's looking around, looking for his keys, and he sees you, and then all of a sudden you're the one he missed all night. Don't ever let a man treat you like you are the one he missed all night. Now, bruh, if you really was interested in me, I would have been your first choice. When you first walked in the club, you would have talked to me. I'm just using the club as an analogy, so don't go into the club looking for no man, okay? No, but what I'm saying is, don't let a man treat you like you're his last option. After he done did all he's ever wanted to do, this man has hop, skipping, and jumping in everybody else's bed, And then he gonna let him hop, skip, and jump in yours? For what? Besides sex, what else is he giving you? You have to know that you're willing to, that you have more to offer than your body. What about your personality? It pains me that you think it's all you're worth. And what's sad about this is before I read your letter, there was another letter that a young lady had written me. The letter was called How Not to Be Easy. Because she was saying the same thing. That she has just been having all this sex and it hasn't equaled up to anything. Let me tell you something. If your standards will always be too high for a man who is not interested in you. If a man is interested in you, you tell him, you know what, I don't kiss on the first date. I watched this video the other day of this couple. They didn't kiss until their wedding day. Don't let society make you feel like everybody is doing it. Everybody's having sex, of course. That's what you do. Third date? You don't know this man after no third date. You don't know this man after 90 days. Like, come on. But society makes you feel like everybody's having sex. Of course, if you're dating, of course you're having sex. You don't have to. There are men who have no problem waiting. I have met men who are celibate. I have met men who say, you know what, you're going to be my wife someday, so I'm not worried about it. I have met men personally that have told me that you're going to be my wife someday, so I'm not worried about it. There are people who really will wait if that's what you want. You don't have to settle. He's getting intimacy with no strings attached. What are you getting though? You know you want to be in a relationship. You're not wired like men are. Don't let this don't let this feminism movement make you feel like it's sexy for women to just be, yeah, because I'm a boss and he's not dogging me, I'm dogging him too. No, he is dogging you and you're dogging you too. Be sure to check out my book. It's called The Dating Game, How to Find Yourself While Looking for Mr. Right. It's available on CreateSpace, Amazon, and now in Kindle format. I love you guys and I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, later divas and dudes. Deuces, honey.